I'm Peter Murray from Markbass. We're here at the 2012 Winter NAMM Show, and we're showcasing our new products for 2012, which include 3 new heads. The first of these is the Big Bang. The Big Bang is a 500-watt amplifier. It's got a solid-state preamp and a digital power amp, but it's a new evolution of the digital power amp that sounds a lot more like analog amplifiers. So anyone who's familiar with our F1 or F500 will find this is actually sounds more like the analog Little Mark amps. Very, very lovely, warm sound. You'll also notice this amp is narrower than the Little Marks. But even though it's smaller and extremely light, just over 4 pounds, we've crammed in some new features here that have been requested by a lot of customers. There is a auxiliary input for an MP3 player or laptop or whatever. There is a headphone output with level control, and then there's foot switch control for mute and for the 2 filters, our VLE and VPF filters, which all Markbass users will know. Vintage loudspeaker emulator that cuts highs, and the variable pre-shape filter that boosts lows and highs and cuts mids. So it's a very, very light, great sounding amp with some really nice features. That's the Big Bang. Another thing we've got, I'm afraid this isn't the actual amp, but we're introducing 2 new Momark heads. The Momark Black in a 500-watt version and an 800-watt version has a 2 preamp with a mute switch, 4-band EQ with 2 bands of semi-parametric mids, and the master section has our filters and a line-out level control. And all of the Momark heads have a bi-band limiter, which limits the low end but leaves the high end open, so you don't get that choked kind of sound that you sometimes do with output limiters. The third thing, some of you might know the TTE 500 Randy Jackson signature head from last year. This year we're introducing the TTE 800, which is an 800-watt version. This amp has a 2 preamp, a 2 compressor, 3-band EQ, and the color contour is like our VLE filter on our other amps, but it has a tube in it. So it's a tube-driven VLE, basically. The power amp on this head is digital, but this head also has our tube technology emulator circuit in it, which basically makes the power amp sound more like a tube amplifier. So what you end up with is a very tubey head, very much a tube sound, but it's a lot lighter, it's less expensive than all tube heads, and it's a lot more reliable than all tube heads. So it's a great way to get that sound without the drawbacks of all tube heads. So those are our 3 new heads. And next I want to show you some of our new pedals. We have the MB7 booster, which is a 7-band graphic EQ and clean boost. So you can turn the EQ on and off, and you can turn the boost on and off, obviously. It runs on 9 volts or 12 volts or a 9-volt battery. We have the MB7 Distorsore, which is a distortion with a 7-band EQ, so you can control what the character of the distortion is, whether it's more of a biting high-end distortion, or whether it's like a darker distortion, or whether it's a little more nasal in the mids. You really have a lot of control over the sound. And of course you can control that as a boost as well. Also introducing a mini series of pedals. See, it's a very small pedal. Excuse me. Which is great because, you know, a lot of people, if they have effects and they have a pedal board, the smaller the effect is, the more of them they can fit on their pedal board. This particular one is just a clean boost and a VPF filter, which again boosts lows and highs and cuts mids. And that runs on either 9 volts or 12 volts. And there's also a distortion in the mini series. So there you have it. There's all the new products for 2012, and if you want more information, you can go to our website at www.markbass.it. Hello to everyone from the NAMM Show.